A very good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. 11th graders, in today's session, we are continuing with unit 2nd, that is self-management skills. In second unit, we are continuing with session 1. Session 1 name that is strengths and weakness of analysis. It means you have to analyze your strengths and weakness. Before going to discuss the analysis of strength and weakness, there are some important terms that are required to know about your life, about your behavior, about your thoughts. So these terms are, first one is belief. What do you mean by belief? In a one-line definition, a belief is a feeling of certainty which is true without proof. It means belief means to say faith on someone or believe on someone in which there is no any witness required, there is no any proof required. And the best example of belief, if you want to find out the best example, that is your friendship. You can't ask for proof that you are friend for me. So it is the first concept, that is belief, feeling of certainty which is true without any proof. No proof is required, and the example of this example is, that is friendship. Second is values. It means how much weightage you are giving to a specific part for your life. It is the judgment of life, what is important, what is less important, or what is more important for your life. Like some people are believing in the life of be honest. It can be honest also, it can be equality also. So these are the examples of values to whom you are giving the values more. You want to become honest, you want to believe in equality, or you want to believe in common good values, or you want to believe in community involvement, you want to believe in society. It means these are the values to whom you are giving the priority for your life. Which one is more important, which one is less important? That is values. Third point is like. As the name suggests, like means to say that you will feel happy to do it. It means things which are for your enjoyment, things which you can enjoy. So any point of life, any specific experiment, any specific activity that you like is a part of your life, and dislike is parts of life which is not suited for your life, which is not helpful, which is not enjoyed by you people. That is the concept of dislike. And opinion means to say your judgment level, your valuation level about any other person. So judgment about something, not necessarily with facts. It means you are judging to the something, you are judging to someone, but there is no any specific fact required for that, how you are judging. It's your personal judgment, that is the concept of opinion. Sixth one is background. Background presents your life experience, how much qualification you are having, what is your opinion, what is your training level, what you have done in your future life, or what you want to become. It means it's the part of your life in which you will tell about your past, what you have done, what's your training level, what's your education level. And seventh one is identity. Identity that has two person. Identity can be your society wise, it can be your caste wise, it can be person wise, it can be school wise, it can be college wise, or it can be a government certificate, your ID proof. It means identity, the thing by which a person can know you who you are. You should have a capability to know yourself who you are. That is known as the concept of identity. So knowing yourself, how you know yourself, you should know yourself, and for knowing yourself, you should understand who you are, what you can do, what quality do you have, and how you are helpful for others, what you do well, what you want to do. It is important to know who you are, because only then you can present to someone what is my identity, what is my level. So this session covered 7 terms. Now next part discussing it, that is strength and weakness analysis. So is strength and weakness analysis. Now in this topic, strength and weakness analysis, we will discuss what do you mean by strength and what is the weakness factor. So what is strength? Strength, in other words, we can speak, it is the ability to perform something. If you are having the ability to perform something, it's called your strength. What you can do, how different you are from others, what is the difference between you and other people, or what can you do better either than others, or what make you stand out. These all different statements are related to your strength. Same thing in other way, weakness. What is the area that is for your improvement? It is the area of improvement where you are not expertise, that is known as the weakness area. Where you are lacking, where do I worry? It means where do I feel that I am not happy with specific performance. I am not happy with the result. That is the worried factor. I will do or I can't do. Where and how other persons are perform better than you. And what advice I received from an audience in the form of suggestion or in the form of improvement level. These are the different parts of strength and weakness analysis. Now we will discuss how to measure the strength and weakness. For measuring the strength and weakness analysis, we have to follow 3 steps. First step is that is followed understanding. You need to understand where I am lacking, or you need to understand what can I do. After understanding, second step that we covered, based on that information we can place what we can do. Based on understanding, plan a list of factors, plan a list of activities what we can do. And third factor or third step, that is by improving we will feel confident. Implement plan, and after implementation you will feel confidence. This is the main factor. First you need to find out where I am lacking, understand, based on understanding plan a list of activities what I can do, and implement the plan and feel confidence after implementing the specific activities. These are some steps that are followed in the case of strength and weakness analysis. Now which steps I can take? If I want to measure my strength, which steps I can take? For that, step 1 that I can take, that is take time to analyze. Take time to analyze. It is the first step of finding your strength. Take time to analyze what you do well. What to analyze? What you do well. Second step. Second evaluation can be done on the basis of think of anything. Think about what you can do good. That is another strength analysis. And third factor, that is think about what is your key skill, or what is your factor people are appreciating. Key skill for appreciation. It means everybody is appreciating you, you are good in this field. That is your third factor. So 3 factors are there. Take time to analyze what you can do well, think about what you can do good, and third point, think about what is your key skill for a appreciation level. Same is now for how to analyze, how to find the weakness. Firstly, the first step, find out the area where you struggle. Find out struggle area, in which field you are feeling very bad. Find out the specific struggle area. Second point, look at the feedback that is given by others. Look at the feedback. Look at the feedback about yourself from others, which is given by others. And third point, the major point, that is, be open to feedback, accept your weakness. Be open and accept your weakness. These are the strength and weakness analysis. Accept your weakness. These are three factors for strength and weakness analysis. Now next topic is difference between interest and ability. Interest and ability both are interrelated terms, but there is a little bit difference. I'll tell you with example. Interest and ability. Interest, it can change. Ability never change. Interest is the activity that you want to do in free time, that you want to do in free time. And one more point, interest can be the activities you want to learn. It is the activity you want to learn and planning for future also. These are some planning for future. These are some parts of interest. You are planning today, you want to learn, and you are planning for your future also. And activities for which you are curious. It means no one can speak you are wrong. This is the part of interest. And ability, that is never changeable. Ability, that is the capability of person that a person can perform. Now there is a major gap between interest and ability. Like, you believe in playing cricket, you like cricket, your interest is cricket. But when you are performing, you are not well performing, you are giving only 4 to 5 runs to team. You are contributing of only 4 to 5 runs. It means there is a huge gap. Your interest is cricket, but ability is not there due to lacking of skill. So interest can be achieve the level of ability after doing more practice, after planning, after preparing a specific plan, and in future you will be able to create your level according to your ability. It means interest and ability can be equal after doing hard work, and you can achieve your goal. If you are achieving your goal, that is your ability. So this is the session 1. Here session 1 is getting completed. Now we will discuss about next session, that is session 2, that is grooming. Now what is grooming? Grooming refers to your neat and clean presentation. It is a part of neat and clean presentation in front of others. If we will discuss in a definition form, grooming is the process of making yourself look neat, tidy and clean. The way you dress and groom can send a message that you are confident and smart. So grooming includes look neat and clean, feel confident, and the third point, make a good impression on others. Third point, that is make a good impression on others. These 3 factors are included make a good impression on others. These three factors are covered in the concept of grooming. You have to be neat and clean, you should feel confident, you should make a good impression on others. For that, some guidelines are given as per your chapter, guidelines for dressing and grooming. So there are certain general norms and guidelines for dressing and grooming which varies with every profession. It means if your profession is getting changed, your grooming level will be changed. Like take one example. If you are having a beauty parlor show, it means you need to be look beautiful. You need the full makeup to motivate the customers. If you are a salesman, in that case you need to be a formal and you need not to be apply makeup. Need not to not apply makeup. But in case of beauty parlor profession, you need to be beautiful and you need to apply different types of makeup to attract the customer. So your grooming level will change from profession to profession. It is not fixed for everyone. So we are discussing some part like which type of grooming can be there regarding to your clothes. For clothes, always wear neat and clean clothes. Always use neat and clean clothes. Change your socks daily. But we can do more. Keep shoes polished. Shoes should be polished. And more what we can do, avoid showing body tattoos. If you are having any tattoos in your body, never show. Tattoos never show. These are some guidelines for your which part? It is guidelines for your clothes. If you are discussing about the level of hair, guidelines are there. Simple hairstyle. Second is hair should be combed. And third point, that is get a haircut regularly. Get a haircut regularly. These are different guidelines for hair. Now next guideline is regarding to your face. Wash your face after a time interval. Wash your face. Don't show oily face. For more it can be brush regularly your teeth. Brush regularly your teeth. Don't use gum or pan. It means chewing gum or pan is not allowed for your face in a professional way. Don't chew. And boys should use the simple haircut. Simple haircut and shaven face. And girls need not to apply makeup. Need not to apply makeup. So these are the different guidelines for grooming. If you follow all the guidelines, you will become a good professional. You will be looking attractive in front of others. You can provide a good impression on others. So this is all about your session 2 In next video, we will meet with the next session, session 3. Dear students, if you are facing any problem in any session, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. It is 999 111 8890. Thank you. Have a nice day for this session. We will meet next time with next session. Thank you so much.